الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، ثم الصلاة والسلام على سيد الأنبياء والمرسلين أبي القاسم محمد وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين، لا سيما بقية الله في الأراضين، روحي وأرواح العالمين لتراب مقدمه فداء. السلام عليكم. Today we are going to talk about Karbala as a love story. And it is a love story, because why are you here? Because we are loving Hussein. Why we commemorate it every year? Because it's a story of love. We want to talk about the love of Hussein as and our relation with this. We take this from Quran. قُلْ إِن كُنْتُمْ تُحِبُّونَ اللَّهَ. Say, if you love Allah, فَاتَّبِعُونِي, follow me. يُحْبِبْكُمُ اللَّهُ وَيَغْفِرْ لَكُمْ ذُنُوبَكُمْ. Allah will love you and forgive your sins. So if you want Allah to love you, if you want to be connected to Allah, the only way is to go through. And through this way, He will remove the heaviness of these sins, and then you can ascend. So we are all here because we love Hussein alayhi salam. Who Hussein loves? So Hussein loves Allah. So through him we can reach. It's a very nice story. A few years ago I was in Karbala, and there was a young man in his 20s. He was totally away from the right line. Well, at least what I think is the right line and what you think is the right line. So he doesn't pray, he's not connected at all. And then I went 2 years ago and saw him again. He's totally different, he's a different person. Why he's a different person? He's so much attached to his prayer. He's praying in the most beautiful way. When he reads ziyarah and dua, so much attached to it, got us all attached to it. So I got him on the side and said, what happened? You are totally different. He said, well, I cannot speak philosophical like you, but the only thing I can tell you, I love him. So I love serving him. So I attached myself to all the mawakib, to serving. And then it came to me, who I'm serving, what this person who I'm serving loves. Well, I felt shy that I don't pray when I do the cooking, when I spread food. So I start praying, and then I got connected, and I love Salat now. So through the love of Hussein, we get connected. Not everybody can do that, but if we keep this in our mind, inshallah we will reach. So the story here starts with the love story. What's love? Can anybody define love? You can. Go ahead. Say that again. Oh, that's how you write it. Well done. But the reality is, nobody can define love. Love is a feeling. You can challenge anybody to give a description for love. Love is love. One sheikh, his talib asked him, is it a reality? Is the love of Allah? What does it mean, love of Allah? He said, have you ever loved a person? Have you ever loved a girl? He said, astaghfirullah, I don't love girls. So subhanallah, you're like that donkey, because if you never loved, you will not feel the love of Allah. Love has no description. So love, hope in Arabic is the first thing, but this will move you to move to that thing that you loved, and that's what we call shawq and yearning. And once you move with the yearning, you reach the uns. You are so close to it, and that's why Hussein wants to take us to that level of uns. Now, love is a function of what? Which part of me do the love? Is it my mind? Not really. It's not a logical function. Love is the heart, and we are not talking about the physical mind and the physical heart. Heart is the internal part of us. The difference between mind and heart, mind does the belief. If I want to convince you that the speeding out in the street can reach to an accident, you probably logically will accept it, but you don't do it, you still speed. It's only when you get hit and when you have the accident, you believe, oh, this does hurt. Why do we believe, we have faith that when you put your hand on the fire, it will get burned? Because you have faith in it. This is where love is. It comes from this faith. And that's where the youth power is. We always, when we talk about love and gharam and all these things, we talk about youth. I'm sorry, I mean, my age and my similar age people still love, but not like the youth. And if we use this function in the right way, inshallah we'll reach to the beauty that Hussein reached. Now, to understand Hussein, then we need what? We need to understand how to love Allah, because Hussein loved Allah, so he did this. How are we going to understand what he did? What do we know about the one who Hussein loved? If I ask anybody, do you know Allah? Do you know Allah? Apart from the spelling. Who's he? Have you ever seen him? What we know about Allah is His names. We know He is the Merciful. We know He is the Ghafoor, the Rahim. We know that also we know He is the Jabbar, He's the Powerful. We know He's the one who does things. That's how we know Allah. That's the one that we need to know so we can reach what Hussein alayhi salam loved. So Allah's attributes is what Hussein loved, because there is no physical being for Allah. Are these attributes good or bad? Can a bad attribute be attached to Allah? It's impossible, because the whole universe will be destroyed. Does love one of them? Is love one of them? Yes, it is. Actually, the real love is Allah. The real love is to Allah, from Allah. Whatever you have to your parents is through the love of Allah. Whatever your parents have to you is through the love of Allah. Whatever you have to your wife, or the wife to her husband, is through the love of Allah. If it's not, you will find a problem in society. And that's what the Quran told us. وَمِنَ النَّاسِ مَنْ يَتَّخِذُ مِن دُونِ اللَّهِ أَنْدَادًا يُحِبُّونَهُمْ كَحُبِّ اللَّهِ. We always think about awthan. The reality is, if you love anything like you love Allah, it's a need. What does it mean? Among the people are those who take others as equal to Allah. They love them as they should love Allah. Each one of us should think internally, what do I love so much that when the challenge comes, the challenge of Ibrahim comes, am I going to leave this and go to Allah? I'm not going to leave. So they love them as they should love Allah. وَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا, those who believe and had faith, those who will follow Hussein. Hussein alayhi salam are stronger in their love to Allah. And that's what Imam Ali said. Allah's love, like a fire, burns everything around it. It's only His love stays in. And if it's there, its light will enlighten everything around it. So this is probably still mental talk. Let's go to the practical. What are the symptoms? What are the criteria? If somebody loving Allah, how do I know anybody of you, or how do I know myself is loving Allah? The same for godly and non-godly love. So what are the symptoms in this life of the non-godly love? Somebody who loves something. What's the common thing? I'm not talking about loving girls and boys, because at these days, unfortunately, it doesn't make that sense for many people. Let's go to the more practical one. Games. Everybody loves games, right? What are the symptoms of loving games? If somebody's so much addicted to games, do they forget eating? Yes, they do. Do they forget? Do they stay late at night? They do. Do they get excited? Sometimes you feel them, you hear them shouting in happiness, in joy, or in sadness. Yes, you do. So who do they socialize with? With those who talk about games. And what do they talk about? About games. And sometimes they get isolated. Let's apply this to the love of Allah, and apply this to ourselves. Do I forget eating because I love Hussein? Do I forget eating because I love Allah? Some people go to some places because the food is better. It's the other way. Do I stay long at night? Alhamdulillah, all the servers of Hussein, they do stay and we don't see them. They serve, they cook at night, they wash dishes, but this is in محرم. In the other time, do we stay late because of our love? Do we get excited when somebody talk about Hussein or talk about Allah? Inshallah we do. Who do we socialize with? Do we socialize with those who don't love Allah? Or with those who love Allah and they love Hussein? And who do we talk about? And do we isolate ourselves from those who are not attached? All these are criteria for us to know who are we with. So let's compare now with Allah's love. One of the lovers, the deep lovers, is Musa. And this is very common. We recite it always before Hajj. وَمَا أَعْجَلَكَ عَنْ قَوْمِكَ يَا مُوسَى. Allah is asking, and what has hurried you to depart from people, O Musa? Allah asking Musa. The Prophet tells us, Prophet Musa answered, I hasten to you because I'm so much in love with you. I want to reach your pleasure. I want to please you. And the Prophet told us that Musa alayhi for 40 days he did not eat, drink, sleep or desire. He's so much addicted to what? To Allah. Are we addicted to Allah? Or are we addicted to Hussein? Inshallah we are. So these are the criteria of those who love. So what did we make wrong in our life for not reaching love? I mean, alhamdulillah, many of us inshallah have. And we are talking about the love of Hussein in particular. Love without loving Allah is a problem, while love through loving of Allah is the way. Why is that? The first one, because I love Hussein because he is presenting something to me. Me has come in, so this is part of the selfishness which entered and separated me from God. While loving Hussein through Allah, I'll go through what he wants me, and I love him because he represents what Allah wants. Let's go to practical example. Now we come to the marriage part. Nowadays, when a couple want to get together, the first thing, we have to know each other. So we know the criteria of each other so we can love. If we concentrate on this, there's a big problem. The problem is, I want this person, this man or this woman, to be things like what I love. There's big I in it. And then it comes to what? To the big problem, which makes all the marital problem, is where is my right? Sheikh yesterday talked about that. Where is my right? Once we put the right, the whole equation is wrong. Well, Allah told us, if you really love, do what you have to do first. Allah's rules in love is, I give without expectation. When I go to my wife, I do all I want, think that she may want. When she sees me doing this, she would like to do what she thinks that I want. With this, the competition is not who's giving what, who's taking the right. The competition will be who's giving more, and that's the way of love. That's what Hussein wants us to learn how to love. How much I give before how much I take, and inshallah we will reach. And that's the beauty of the love of Allah. Now, do we know now how to reach this love? Do we love who He loves? Allah, the criteria. All what we know about Allah is His names. So why haven't we reached to this love that He wants us to reach to? Because our heart is hardened. So what's making the heart hardened? And what's soften our heart? There are factors which harden the heart, and there are factors which soften the heart. The factors which harden the heart is the multiple distractors that we have all around us. What are the distractors? We are so much attached to the biggest distractor, is food. When the food is there, the mind is not ready to think about love. The other distractor is all the games, whether physical or computer. And all the worldly things. We are so much attached to the cars, to the houses, and then it comes to the biggest addiction is my work. I always think about it. All these are distractors taking us away from thinking for the love of Allah. The other one is who I'm coming with. In Arabic, Simhiyya, who I'm close to. The one I'm close to, if, for example, do I like to sit with the shuyukh? Do I like to sit with the religious? Or do I like to sit with those who will give me more fun? And by the way, sitting with the shuyukh at the end, it will be my fun if I get used to it. Who I'm coming with. And then I come to the question, who Allah had commonality with. Does He like those who are Rahim? Does He like those who are Adil? These are the commonality. If I'm not there, I don't love them because I don't love to sit with them. So lack of commonality is another thing which hardens the heart. So how can we soften it then? The beauty from Quran comes, take your sandals. You know what sandals now. In Quran, فَخْلَعْ نَعْلَيْكَ إِنَّكَ بِالْوَادِ الْمُقَدَّسِ طُوًى. The heart is the holy place of Allah. Once you want to go there, you need to take these sandals. And the sandals is what you walk on in this material life, and this is all the distractors. If you want to go to Him, detach. Get them away. The youth have the advantage. Me and those who are in my age, we are so much attached to this world. Those who are still young, they haven't got this attachment. They can prevent it right from the beginning. If I want to break the attachment, I need to cut. While for them, it's much easier for them. If you want to take this hair from a dove, it's so easy to do that. But if the connection is stronger, I have to cut with a saw. If it is more stronger, I have to demolish it. If it's really strong, I have to get a bomb to remove it. So this attachment, if we prevent it right from the beginning, and how do we do that? By changing what we do. Einstein said a beautiful thing. He's surprised that people think about changing, about finding new things, finding this love, but they never change what they do. We keep on doing every year the same thing, but we don't feel the change. Definitely we don't, because we haven't changed. We haven't removed the sandals. So what are the signs of softening of the heart? Ahlul Bayt told us the most beautiful sign, and you can attain it in this in this Muharram, is your ability to cry. There's so much attacks now on the crying, but the reality is, this is the sign of the soft heart. If you feel that your heart, you are finding it difficult to cry, as Prophet is saying, there is a problem. What's the problem? Because all these distractors has formed a veil, preventing you from reaching. But Muharram is a gate. Muharram is a gate that allows you to go in. How long the gate is how long the wall, isn't it? If you made the wall so big, the gate is so long, but it is there. You can work on it. And that's why our Imams told us that even if you pretend to cry is a good sign. People attacking this, saying it is nifaq. No, it's not nifaq. When you playing sport, the first thing you do, you go for training. Training is what? Is it pretending that you know how to play? Once you train your eyes to cry. If you can't, force it. Because, believe me, that's the only way to reach. This love will come with the tears. And if there's no tears, there's a problem. We need to work hard on it. Ahlul Bayt portion to soften our heart is what? The talk of love. the art of dua. If we want to hear Allah, it's Quran. Quran is Kalamullah. We need, when we read Quran, feel that He is there talking to us. But when we want to talk to Him, it's the dua. And there are two big gems from Imam Hussein. One is Karbala, and that's beyond my talk. The important part is dua Arafat. It's a big gem. I will take you through only some parts and we will finish, inshallah. But while I'm taking you through this, I want you to give you a glimpse of this feeling. This lover, this Habib, how he was talking to who he loved. He started first with تدأتني بنعمك, and you started your gifts for me when I was just nothing, and you started because you loved me. But I was just a potential existence, I was not an existence. You created me from the soil. I'm not talking about me. He's talking about something really back. And then you put me in the orders of ancestors. So he's talking about my origin from the beginning, from the first, from Adam alayhi salam. You saved me from the event of death. Those in the ancestry, they didn't die, so that's why I'm here. The difference of ages and years that didn't change it. And once he reached there, he now starts the worldly life. With the worldly life, the first is the intellect. And you kept bringing me up every year. So you raised me up. You raised my mind up until my innate power became ready to what? To understand this beauty around me. You bound me to your proof so I can see where are you and where are you around me by making me knowing you. And you taught me the wonders of your wisdom, everything around. When I think about it, I see you. Now, the holistic declaration, he's declaring not just by his words, not by his body. I declare my Lord with the reality of my faith and with the inner conscious. With what? This is the beautiful anatomy that Imam is the anatomy of dua. And with the light tracks. So I'm declaring your oneness, your love in my heart, with the light tracks and the attachments in my eyesight, and with the lines of my forehead, and with the openings of my breathing, and with the tracks through my nose, all of them saying loudly, I love you, and with the lanes of my hearing, and with the lips and what's closed on it, and with the verbal movement of my tongue, and with the connection of my jaw, and with the place of the growth of my teeth, and with the sense of taste in my mouth, and with the wholeness of my head, with the empty rocks, that's the veins in my neck, and with what's kept my chest going, with the holder of my aorta, the big vessels, with the cover of my heart, and with the covering side of my liver. Each single small thing in me, oh Allah, is all in your love. And with what at the lower end of my ribs, with my carrying joints, with my palm, with my tips of my fingers, with my meat, my blood, my skin, my hair, my nerves, my lungs, my bronchi, my bone, and my bone marrow, and all the veins, and all the senses. And what have you built on this from my childhood? If I had tried very hard, and for a long time, years and ages, if I will live to thank even one single grace of yours, I could not, because it's continuous. Unless you help me to thank you, and even when you help me to thank you, it's again something I have to thank you for, and this will continue forever. And I'll just give you the last glimpse of him from this dua. Oh Allah, I am the poor in my richness. I think I'm rich in money, in knowledge, but reality, it's all from you, nothing is mine. So I'm very poor. So how is it really how poor I am when I'm really poor in this life? My Lord, I am the ignorant in my knowledge. I think I have knowledge. That's the problem. Whenever you bring hadith, they tell me about its origin and all these things. I'm ignorant. The knowledge is yours.
So how can I be not ignorant when I am really ignorant? This is the love. I mean, inshallah, all of you can go through, but think about it. Sit with the Imam, and you'll feel the beauty of this love of Hussein. If you go through this, you will inshallah reach to where he wants you to reach, and that's the love of Allah. السلام على الحسين وعلى علي بن الحسين وعلى أولاد الحسين وعلى أصحاب الحسين.